Yo, what's going on, guys? It's AJ Luck, and in today's video I'm going to show you guys how to make a beach slash pool style 1v1 for you guys to play in. This is the first time I've ever done a tutorial like this ever before on my channel, so please let me know if you want to see more of these in the comments, and you can also let me know about how many likes this video gets or if I get new subscribers. So yeah, with all that out of the way, let's get into the tutorial. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and go to your islands, press on the top right. For PlayStation it says R2 or whatever it is, just click create new island, and you're going to want to do a new block island. So go ahead, make a new block island. Doesn't matter what it's called right now, you can go ahead and change it later, but just make a new block island and go ahead and go in it. Alright, so when you get into the block, the first thing I like to do is change the time. So my preference for changing the time in this map is 9 p.m. I think it looks the best for this map, so you go ahead and change, not 9 p.m, sorry, 9 a.m. So yeah, change it to 9 a.m. and then you're going to want to find the middle of the block. So the middle of the block is pretty easy. So see this like little dark spot? Just look where the rift is, and then aim this way, and it's one to the left. So it's right there. So that's the middle of the block right there. Alright, so once you found the middle of your block, you're going to want to go in your creative galleries and look for this, wavy sand and sand floor gallery. So you're going to go ahead and throw that somewhere where it won't bother you. So just like off the block. And you're not going to want to pick any of these because they have like dark spots on all of them, like whether it's in the corners or something. You're going to want to pick this one right here in the bottom left. You're going to want to grab that one and do what I do. So starting from here, you're going to want to just make a whole strip, a line going all that way, and then do the same on this side too. So you should have something that looks like this, but then just do it one more time. So just duplicate what you just did one more time like this. Just like that. So now you should have like a 2 by the whole block. So it should look like that. And what you're going to want to do now is click whatever it is that correlates to select. For PS4 it's the right D-pad, so you're just going to want to hold that and just select every single one of these that you place down besides the wood. You don't want to delete the wood, by the way. You're going to want to make sure you keep that because you're going to want to know where the middle is. Alright, so once you grab them all, you're going to want to go to one of the edges or one of the ends. Make sure you're looking at one of the green tiles and then click R2. And now you could like drag it, so you're going to want to drag it and make sure you place it carefully. It has to be in the right spot, so right there you go. And you're gonna want to keep on doing that until you get to the end of the block. You should only have to do it like 5 times or so. I'm not too sure how many times, but there we go. Last one right there. There we go. So once you got that, you should have that whole like half of the block done. Right here, you're not gonna want to place one right here because it's gonna go over your wood and it's gonna destroy it. So you're gonna skip one and you're gonna place it right here like that, and then you're just gonna keep on going and just fill in the other side of the block. There we go, just like that. So once you do that, you should have it look just like this, and then you could just grab this and then you could just sprint all the way across. Again, make sure you keep that wood there, otherwise you're not going to know where the middle is. So now you have a whole block full of sand. Alright, so once you're done filling the whole block with sand, you're going to go back in your creative galleries and look for Paradise Palms prop gallery. This is where you're going to get your pool from. So again, just throw it off to the side where it's not going to bother you. And we're only going to be using this one, and this one. So you're going to go ahead and grab this one, the one with no corners or anything like that. You're just going to grab this one. And make sure your grid snap on PS4, it's left D-pad. Make sure your grid snap is on 2. So keep tapping until it says 2. And then come over here and do it like this. So you're going to do 2 on this side like this. And then you're going to rotate it, which on PlayStation is L1 or R1. They both do the same thing. And you're just going to do 6 of them. So 2 on the sides, 2 on the other side, and then 2 on the opposite sides. Alright, so then you should have something that looks just like this. Now that you know where the middle is, you could go ahead and delete the wood. You don't need it anymore, and you can replace it with sand. So now you're going to want to go over here and grab this corner one, not that one, but this corner one, and you're going to want to place it on all 4 corners, just like this, just like that. There we go. So now we have the pool frame done. We just need to make sure there's not a weird hole in the middle. So you're just going to want to grab this weird block thing, and you're going to want to place 2 of them in the hole. So one right there and one right there. There we go. Now you have your pool. Alright, so once you made your pool, you're going to want to go ahead and fill it up with water. So go ahead and find the elemental cubes gallery right here. It should look like this with water and lava. Throw it off to the side where it won't bother you. And we're going to be using this one. So like the light blue one, but the thicker one. This one's too thin. So you could go ahead and delete everything else because it doesn't matter. But keep this one right here. Keep that one. Alright, so you're going to want to grab this. Make sure the grid snap is on, for this one, see, we've been playing on grid snap 2. You're going to want to change it to grid snap 8. So once you got on grid snap 8, go ahead and go on the corner like this. So it should look like this. So it's like lined up, but there's like a little glitchy part. So what you're gonna want to do is make sure it's right here, and then just do it one more down like that. So that should look like a normal like water filled sized pool. So then we're just gonna place 5 more of them like that, and the last one in this corner like that. There we go. And now you have a fully working pool. Alright, so once you have your fully working pool, you're gonna go ahead, you could delete this by the way, because you already have your water. You're gonna want to go ahead and look for the jungle temple gallery. It should look like this. And go ahead and throw it off to the ground where it won't bother you. Oh, I think that's gonna overlay the, oh no, it's good. Alright, and you're gonna want to go ahead and grab this like orangish yellowish stair right here. And you're gonna want to put them basically like this, like on all the sides, but 1 block away. So notice how there's a block in between the pool and the stairs. So you're gonna go ahead and want to do that on all the sides. So it should look something like this when I'm done. Alright, so now that you have it lined up, all you're gonna want to do is just extend it by 1 on every side. So extend it by 1 on every side, and it should leave like a corner piece, but don't fill in the corner piece because we're gonna put something else there. There we go. So once you're done doing all that, you should have 4 spaces in the corners, which is where you're gonna put this guy right here, not that one, but this one right here, this orange yellowish corner piece, and you're gonna put them in all of the 4 corners like this, and boom, there we go. So now we have like a stairway back up. And then for the inside part, you go ahead and just grab your sand and just fill it all in, just like this. There we go. So we're basically already done with the whole terrain. Alright, so once you're done building that whole thing, you're going to go back over here to this gallery that we used before. And use this like wall with not as much detail as those. Both these walls are the same, so you could just grab any of them. And you're just going to want to put it right in the middle of the pool. This is just so that your stairs can stand on them, because otherwise your stairs can't be right there. So yeah, once you placed a little wall thing right there, you're gonna want to grab this stair right here, the one, the like gray brick with like orange borders on it, and you're gonna want to grab it and place 2 of them right here. This is where you're gonna 1v1 right there. And then you can go ahead and grab the wall you used before and just put them on both of the sides. Make sure you put it on right, because if you put it on backwards, it'll look like that, and I don't know, it's kind of weird. So yeah, I like it like that. And then for the corners, you could just put a full wall, but I think it looks nicer if you do this one right here, this guy right here. So go ahead and just put these in all 4 of the sides. So 1, 2, and then it'll look like that. Now a mistake that's important that you don't make is doing this, because as you can see, that's gonna like double the thing and it looks weird. So instead of rotating it, you're gonna mirror it. So then you should be able to place it, but you can't place it yet because we actually need a floor. So for the floor, you can get any floor, it doesn't matter. So you could just grab this one over here and just place 2 floors. So 1 right there, 1 right there, just like that. And then you should be able to mirror it. And there we go. And then you can place them right there. There we go. And now you have your little stair thingies. Alright, so usually I do the spawn pads last, but just to make it easier, you can do them right now. So just grab 4 spawn pads and just put them right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I know 1v1 is obviously only 2 people, but just in case you have a full squad and you're 1v1ing each other, then I like to have at least 4. By the way, there's no setting you have to have on all these besides this one. Visible during games, just make sure it's on off. So on all 4 of these, you don't have to mess with any of the complex settings. Just make sure to turn visible during games off, just like that. Alright, so the next thing you're going to want to do is place the beach chairs down. So in this pool gallery that we placed down before, you're going to find this little beach chair thingy. Make sure your grid snap is on 2 for this, just to make it easier. And this is just going to make it look nicer. So you're going to want to make sure drops are on, and then you're going to want to place 1, 2, and then right here. So 1, 2, and then for the other 4, you're gonna want to place 2, 1 right here and 1 right here. So in between there should be 1 space, like 1 wall, and then those are in the middle. So yeah, it should look like this, if that helps, if I show you like the thing. So yeah, you're just gonna want to go ahead and duplicate that on the other side too. And there we go. And then we can go ahead and add the umbrellas, which is this guy right here, the red umbrella. For this, you're gonna want to have your grid snap on 8, so just change it to 8. Your drops could be off for this one, and you're gonna want to place it right here. So it's like, oh, I'm trying to get a good angle for you. So it's kind of like to the left and like kind of behind it, but not really. It's touching the leg. So you're gonna want to do that on all 8 of the beach chairs. just like that. It shouldn't take that long, probably like what, like 30 seconds. But yeah, just make sure they're all placed in the same exact area, otherwise some would just look weird. Unless you want them different, like in different places, and that's okay. But yeah, then you're done with almost everything. Alright, so once you're done with all of that, this is just to make it look fancy when you start the game. You're going to want to go ahead and find the ring gallery A with the giant rings. Go ahead and throw it down, and right away, just because these things are annoying, you could just go ahead and delete the giant rings because they're just way too big. And you can use any color for this, but I'm going to use yellow just because it matches with like the deserty sandish feel. So I'm just going to grab, so you're going to want to grab the yellow rings. Make sure you don't grab the skinny ones. You want to grab this thick one right here at the very end. And you're going to want to rotate it sideways. So to do that, you're going to want to change the rotation axis. On PlayStation, it's the right D-pad. So you're going to want to press it twice until it goes to roll. And then do this. Just like that. And then you should have a flat ring like that. Alright, so for this, you're going to want to go into resize mode. So resize mode is at the very bottom. On PlayStation, it's holding circle. Once you're on that, make sure your resize axis is on all, and you're going to want to shrink it, which is on PlayStation L1, 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like that. So once you have this tinier ring, you're going to want to turn drops on. You can turn the grid snap to 2 now, by the way. And you're just going to drop them on all, make sure it's in the middle. And basically, you're just going to want to drop them all on 4 of the spawn pads. It's gonna look like they disappear, but it's okay, it's supposed to do that, because when you start the game, the spawn pads won't be visible, because you have visible during games off, so you'll see the ring on the sand. So basically, when you start the game, you'll spawn in rings, which look kind of cool. And lastly, all you're gonna want to do is go 1 down to the nature jungle gallery, and go ahead and throw that down. I know it's a lot of galleries, but you could just delete them all once you're done. And you could use any tree you want. I prefer using this skinny tree. For this, it doesn't matter, by the way. Like oh, it has to be exactly in the middle. You could just place it. Like, you don't even need grid snap. So yeah, just place them all. Just make sure you place 4 of them. And it doesn't matter how deep they are in the ground. Like, some could be really deep and some could be like really high. So yeah, they all look like that. So yeah, once you're done with that, you can go ahead and delete the prefabs because, or not the prefabs, the galleries. Alright, and there we go. Before I believe we had like 24,000. Now we only have 5,000 memory. So this is a very, very like tiny memory used map. Alright, so you're done with your entire map. Now there's just one last thing you have to do. So just go down here, and there should be like a little hole, like a little space for you to do whatever you want. Like, people won't see. Just go to devices and grab team settings and inventory and place one down right here. The only setting you're going to need for this, by the way, is bonus ammo off and grant on respawn on. That's it. And then you can go ahead and just drop the guns that you want to use in your 1v1. I prefer dropping guns that are actually in the game, because like people still do combats in 1v1s, which I missed the combat, but unfortunately it's not in the game, so I'm not gonna put that in my 1v1. Just because it's kind of weird to practice with guns that aren't even in the game. Like, what are you practicing for? But yeah, once you put your guns in there, that's pretty much it, and you're done with the map. So yeah, that's how you make my beach/pool style 1v1 map. It's pretty cool, so I guess all there is to do now is just show you how it is in game. Alright, so when the game starts, as you can see, lots of beeping sounds. You spawn in these fancy ring thingies, and yeah, and then you and your buddies can 1v1. And that's my beach/pool style 1v1 map. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and like show you guys me sweating my map, because why not? So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. This is the first ever time I've done a tutorial like this. So if you like this video or it helped you or anything like that, if you guys can please tell me in the comments or consider subscribing and liking, it means a bunch. So yeah, it's been AwJawLuck, and I'll catch you guys later. So you guys can enjoy me free build sweating like a soccer skin as the outro. Bro, I can't free build at all, bruh. Use code AJLuck in the item shop.